Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Rocky and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Rocky's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny correction and a lot of motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Now, this is not ideal videoing for a large dog. We would much rather be outside. Unfortunately, everything is under quite a bit of snow, so we're going to make this do for you, Ralph, and we'll be working with you after Rocky goes home as well. Now, he is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first thing that we want to take a moment to introduce is the training equipment that we're using. We're using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and Brandy keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Rocky's going to come home with his very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that tomorrow during your follow-up training session. Now, the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Rocky heel. This is the hardest exercise to demonstrate in close quarters, but the object is for him to stay even with your left leg when walking, not forging ahead or lagging behind. And each time that you stop your feet, Rocky has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So if you're walking him on the street, he should be staying shoulders even with your left leg. And if you stop to cross traffic or talk to a neighbor on the street, he should sit automatically like a good boy and wait for his next command. He shouldn't be jumping all over, jumping on the person that you're talking to. If he doesn't sit automatically, Brandy told him no sit, and he immediately sat. So every once in a while, he needs a little bit of a reminder. We like to keep it fun for him, because he does it a lot better if he feels as though he's pleasing you. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. Stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Stay. The long sit stay, when you're practicing at home, you can practice for 30 seconds, and you're going to slowly work up to 3 minutes. This is an exercise that helps to develop self-control and maturity, and it can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. When Brandy returns back to him, she walks around him counterclockwise and stops at his shoulders, and at this point he expects to get another command, and she tells him to heel again. Nice automatic sit and stay. And he keeps his eyes focused very nicely on her. He's paying attention. And this time, instead of returning back to him, Brandy's going to call him. This is the come on command. And he's been taught to come and sit right in front of you facing your knees. And we all know boxers very well. They love to lunge out. They love to jump up. That's why they're called boxers, because they like to use their front feet. Brandy leaves him in another sit stay. She makes him hold that sit stay because this is making him focus and pay attention, have that self-control that we've been talking about. And then she's going to use his name. She's going to lighten her tone of voice. She's going to reel him right in like a little fish, and he comes right in and sits. And he gets a big kiss for a good job. Now, the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your series of down commands. The first one is the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay when you're practicing at home is for 1 minute, working all the way up to 5 minutes. This is another self-control exercise. It's something that you can practice while you're watching TV or eating dinner. When Brandy returns back to him, she walks all the way around him again, just as she did on the sit stay. She stops at his shoulders for a reason. If she were to continue to walk, he would get up and go with her. When you stop at his shoulders, that's his sign that he's going to get another command. Left open palm, straight down toward the ground, one word command to down and stay.
Stay. No.
Now he lost his focus, so she puts him back into a down and a stay again. Once he's had just a tiny bit more practice with this down stay, dogs love to lay down.
Come.
Brandy calls him out of that down, brings him right in and has him sit. Good job.
Good job.
And then she heals him out of it.
Good job, bud.
And the very last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a distance. So remember to always have your dog seated before you attempt to put him into a down. This is the only time that you're going to use your right hand to give the command.
Down.
And drop him into a down from a distance. If he stands up, the correction is putting him back into a sit and then into the down and stay. So that shows you what to do if he's not doing it the way it was taught. Back into a sit, down, and stay. He's got a guilty face. Now, we've demonstrated for you all of Rocky's formal on-leash obedience commands. He is a lovely little puppy. He's done a great job here at school. We've been feeding him about 6 cups a day, and I guess he's growing tall, so he's not putting weight on, but just so you have an indication of how much he's been eating here. He's been a perfect gentleman. We've enjoyed every minute of having him. He doesn't like snow. And we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we will see you tomorrow.
You good boy. You did a good